Hi there, this is Miss McDonald. I just wanted to give you a weekly overview, especially for this first week, since I'm starting my leave of absence. This first unit, it's a new unit. It's over polynomials. It's very vocabulary heavy. So how I want this to work is you have a weekly assignment on Delta Math. So when you come over here to Canvas each week, I'll have a weekly agenda posted at the top. You can also find the information and assignments. I personally don't like it. It's not organized how I want it in the assignments, but that's fine. So I would go personally to announcements. And here I have it like listed out of what you need to work on. So in class on October 21st and 22nd, you're working on this intro to polynomials. So you can click on it, open it, and we'll look at it more in detail in a second. On Friday, you'll have this quiz. Now, if I were to click on it today, which is the 21st, it is not the 24th, if you click on it, it's closed. So it is currently closed until class on the 24th. So just a heads up on quizzes. They need to be taken in class. There is a time limit of 60 minutes, which is basically the class period. You cannot use notes. It's closed notes, but you can use a calculator that includes Desmos or the yellow TI Inspire that we have in class. I do have a course calendar that's linked here. I'll also open it up here. That has it all outlined, and this is what your sub, Miss Lee, has as well. There might be a few changes, so I have updated it, but just Miss Lee and myself reserve the right to change this as needed. But this is kind of the overall plan for while I'm out. So going back here, for the Delta Math videos are like the lecture. Okay, so instead of doing the notes that we used to do with like an experience and then quick notes and check your understanding, the lecture part is going to be the video. So you want to make sure that you have some paper and you keep up with your notes in a notebook, folder, however you want to do that. And the check your understanding is the practice problems that are right after the video. So let me show you an example. So I'm going to come here to Intro to Polynomials 4.1. As a reminder for Delta Math, I'm trying to have it now set up to where it loads in a new window, so it's not as constricted and small on your screen. So you do have to click this button. Okay, the first weekly overview will be this video. It'll pop up whenever you get to it. And the next video is classifying polynomials. Now, I've already gone through and watched it. That's why it has this check mark here. But just I'm going to play just a few seconds of it. Okay, so again, you can watch it on your own. I do want to highlight a few features over here under more options. If you're someone that would benefit or want closed captioning, that's an option. And also playback speed is an option as well if you want to speed him up, slow him down, whatever it might be. You do need to watch the whole thing and it keeps track of what you watch. You can obviously pause, go back, just drag the little dot forward or backward wherever you need to rewatch. But while you're watching the video, what I want you to do is take some notes. So here's a little example digital notebook paper that I have as example notes. So as you're watching, you might be, again, pause, take notes, maybe write down the examples that he shows. There's things that he may not write down, but says that may be important. So as you can see, like as I watch the video, these are some of the notes that I took. Your notes do not need to look like mine. This is just an example of what you might write down. So just kind of be aware. You can organize your notes however you like, but you're going to start practicing the skill of note taking instead of just having a guided notes handout. So while these notes I took are just from that first video. So just be aware, like you don't have to write down everything either. Just write down what you think would be important to help you with the check your understanding. So now that I've watched the video and done that, I then go to classifying polynomials, and these are the check your understanding practice problems. Then after I've done that, I move on to the next mini lecture, which is on polynomial vocabulary. Then I do the practice problems and go on from there. Now, everything that's listed here is for the entire week. This is not for one class period. Just be aware, especially since this first week is a little shorter, since we didn't have class on Monday, you may need to work on some of this outside of class to make sure you get it done before the quiz. Now, it is Delta Math 4.1 is technically open after, it's not due until Sunday like normal, but it's to your benefit to do Delta Math 4.1 and have it all done So that way, when you take the quiz is very similar to your homework or the Delta Math practice problems. So that way you have prepared for the quiz. Okay, so again, this is for the entire week. It's not just for one class period. So you can section it out however you like, do a few videos and practice problems each day. Okay, again, Friday will be quizzes in class. Can't use notes, but you can use a calculator unless I specify otherwise, and I doubt I will. I do want to include this. I think it's mentioned in the polynomial vocabulary video, but I did want to kind of highlight this. This might be something you want to jot down in your notes, maybe at the beginning or whenever you get to it, about naming polynomials. So we name them based on the degree. The degree is the largest exponent, and then the terms, so the number of terms in the problem. So we use both of these to name a polynomial. So something could be a degree 2, so we call it quadratic, and it could be a binomial, so we'd say quadratic binomial, or we could have a cubic trinomial or a quintic monomial, like we put those names together. So that's a brief overview. Hopefully that helps you kind of get started and understand what we're doing for the week. If you have questions, please let Miss Lee know, and I will be back soon. Thanks.